Well, hello everybody. That was no good. Um, let's see if I can get the link to this. I don't know if I can. Ooh, maybe I can. Let's see. I copied it. Hello. Thank you for getting back. Oh my gosh, you guys. Seriously. Someone tried to FaceTime me and that froze everything. And so now here we are. So I'm so sorry about that. So really sorry. So sorry. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you guys are finding me. That was no fun. Okay, so I was saying, we are my online class for December is going to be in the Pines, and it's going to be a masculine / all occasion class. No Christmas cards, though you could use some of them as Christmas cards. But it's going to be a really great class. I love the In the Pines bundle. It's a really great bundle that just has so many possibilities besides just the holidays. Though today we're going to make, well, actually, it's not necessary. It could go either way. So there you go. We're going to make a card with this using one of my favorite techniques. Anybody know what my favorite technique is? Who knows what my favorite technique is? Blending brushes, that's a good guess. It's not actually what it is. Second generation stamping. Oh, no. But Teresa got it. It's watercoloring. Yep, a bunch of you've got it now. Yep, watercoloring. I loved watercolor. So this is kind of like cheater watercolor. That's what I'm going to call it. Because let's just be honest, we're going to cheat a little bit to make this watercolor happen. We're not actually watercoloring, but we are going to get the watercolor effect with our stamps. So that's kind of one of the best ways to watercolor, really. Okay, so to do that, we need water. So make sure you have a little bit of water. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp, and we might have to restamp a little bit. So I'm going to start with watercolor paper. That is the basis of any good watercoloring project, is that you've got the right paper. So watercolor paper. And then the next thing is we're going to add some ink. So I'm going to take, this is the largest tree. And, oh, I'm also, I think actually I might have kind of messed this up a little bit, but I want to try and dry this off a little bit so that I have a little bit of a dry border. So you can see I'm just kind of wiping this dry. And then what I'm going to do is stamp this tree up here, and then look at that beautiful watercolor effect. So we'll stamp this a couple times. And I might even go so far as to kind of mask this off with a Post-it note. Okay, so there's another tree and one more. Okay, so now you can see over here it wasn't as wet, so you can see some of the details of that image. Don't worry, we'll take care of that. And then over here where it's wetter, the details kind of go away, and that's really important. I'm using watercolor paper, our Fluid 100 watercolor paper. Now, if we've got a wet area, then all we need to do is take and kind of help that along with a water brush. Okay, we can also spritz it, but that's just a quick way to do just part of it. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to do a little bit more. So I'm just going to kind of mask this off with my hand. I'm going to spritz it a little more. Okay, and it won't run too much at this point, just a little. And then I'm going to add some Mossy Meadow ink. So this is a dark ink. And I'm going to ink this up real good and stamp this right on top. Okay, and I'll stamp it again on top there. Now you can see that's showing up a little bit darker and oh so pretty. Okay, so there is our card pretty much so far. I am using In the Pines, and this is going to be my December class and one of my December classes, and it's going to be masculine and non Christmas cards, masculine and all occasion cards. Okay, the first color was Old Olive, and then the second color is Mossy Meadow. So Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Okay, now, is there a new tutorial bundle coming in December? Yes, there sure is. It's actually the Artistry Blooms is going to be the bundle, and I just made the most adorable shaker card with it for my project. I'm pretty excited. So now I didn't like how that wasn't dark enough, so I'm going to go over it and stamp it again right on top. You can see there's a little bit more detail because the water's drying a little bit, but it's also a little darker. And look at how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. This is turning out exactly how I wanted. Okay, so that is going to be the basis of my card. So you can see I watercolored without really watercoloring. So that's easy. Now the other thing that's nice about this technique is if you're looking at this and you're saying, oh, there's not enough detail, what you can do is come back and stamp this again. Okay, so I lost a lot of the detail in this last one. So I am going to put my Post-it back, and then I can stamp back over that and add a little detail if I want. Okay, and if it's too much detail, I can remove it. That's the beauty of watercoloring. So there you go. Okay, so now what I want to do is take this and we're going to add it to a very simple card base. In this case, I've just got some crumb cake and just need my bone folder. Okay, so I'll take and add this to my card. I'm going to pop it up. It's still a little wet, so I'm going to heat it on the back side just so that helps take care of the warping. When you heat it on both sides to dry it, that really helps get rid of the warping. You can see it, there's not much warping left. Before it was like really bowed. Okay, so next I'll take and add some dimensionals to this. So I want to pop it up, and this is going to be a really simple card. And one more ought to do it. But I really like the look of this, and it gives you really professional looking watercoloring without really professionally watercoloring anything. So that's kind of cool. Okay, now I think last week someone had asked me for a sympathy card. This would be perfect for that, except if you have ink on your hands and then it smears like that and you want to cry. Don't worry, don't give up hope yet. This is why watercolor paper rocks, is we're going to remove this almost entirely. Okay. So I'm just getting clear water to come through my brush, and then I'm blending out that splotch. And no one will know. Okay. So now you can hardly see that it's there. So that's really good. Yeah. Go over with your dirty fingers again, Dina. That's a good idea. Okay, now is the part of the show where you get the wet wipe and you wipe all of the ink off of your hands before you mess it up again. Okay. I know, right? Whitney just said, have you learned nothing? And the answer to that is obviously no. Okay. So now I'm going to take some linen thread and we're going to tie that on at the bottom here. Now, if you're doing this as a masculine card, I would probably just do a knot. I'm going to do a bow. So I can give this to anybody. Okay. Now, these trees are green, and they very much could be just everyday trees, or we could make them Christmas trees or Christmassy trees. And to do that, we can add a little shimmer to them. So I have a shimmer spritzer with frost white in it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is spray some of that on here. We're actually going to use this on my next card too a little bit. So I'm just going to spritz this. And that now gave me a beautiful shimmer mist over the whole thing. So now it's kind of Christmassy. Okay, and by the way, I have a video on how to make the recipe of this. When I'm done, I'll put that in the links below for you guys. Okay, so there's that. And then I need to add a sentiment to this, and the stamp set comes with two options. There's Season's Greetings and Thinking of You, so either one will work really nicely. Oh my gosh, I just dropped another die. Can't take me anywhere. So I'm going, oh, you know what? My Season's Greetings is already out. Dang it. I forgot I already had it out here. So I'm going to add this to my card. And I think I'm going to stamp it on a little scrap here. Ooh, that is crooked. Oh, no, not so bad, but not perfect. My best tip for stamping something straight is to stick your butt out. And while you can't see, I was sticking my butt out. Whitney's verifying. It was out. Okay. So I took my pick your banner and added that. And then we'll put this right here. You know what I kind of want to do is snip that off and then do the other banner, the pointy end. I think, yeah. Have to do it a couple. Ooh, that is crooked. Let's do it like this so we can see. That's straight. Okay, so now I can add Season's Greetings right about there, and we'll pop that up as well. And look at my magnet is stuck to my snips. Okay. So there is our card. Really simple, but so pretty. So hopefully you liked that one. All right. And by the way, every time you do that card, you're going to get slightly different results because that's just how watercoloring works. But lots of fun. Okay, let's close up this ink pad before we have another situation. You could also do this card in blues. That would be really pretty. Aquas, Pool Party, or Bermuda Bay. Night of Navy, Shaded Spruce and Night of Navy. What other color? Pretty Peacock. All of those colors would be really pretty in addition to the green. So there we go. Today's kind of a greeny day, but don't worry. We're going to switch it up next. So my next card is going to be a simple card featuring the Snowflake Splendor bundle. So this would be the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. Pull that out. And I'm going to use half a sheet of thick white cardstock. That's always my base of white, is the thick. It's a little sturdier and it's very nice to work with. And then I've cut a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of DSP to adhere to this. And I know that this DSP is just a teeny tiny bit bigger than my card base. So we're going to adhere that, and then here's the beauty of seal, is we can just pull that off until we get it oriented exactly the way we want it. That looks good. Oh, so good. And you can see it's just a teeny bit longer, and that just bugs me, so we're going to cut it off. Does that bug you guys too? Oh, that's a thing. I'm not very picky about very many things, but that was one thing. Okay. Now ahead of time, I die cut 2 snowflakes, and I wanted to take and spritz just these snowflakes with my frost shimmer. Oops, that's water. I'm like, wow, there's not much in here. I just refilled this one last night. So, okay. So I've got my shimmer white. I always want to shake it up real good. And then I'm going to spritz this on. And I gave them a real good douse of shimmer. So they're good and shiny. And by the way, I shall sparkle now for at least 24 hours, I would think. But you can see these are really shiny and pretty. So we're going to let these dry for just a sec. And it won't take long. I'm going to get rid of this piece of paper because it's kind of got a lot of sparkle on it. Okay. And then let's work on the rest of our card. So on top of that DSP, I've also die cut 3 stitched rectangles, in 2 in Highland Heather, 1 in Pool Party, and then another stitched rectangle in Whisper White. And this one I'm going to use to stamp my sentiment. And one of the sentiments in this set that I just love says, "Our friendship is one of a kind." And I just really like this. It's really cute, but it's got a little bit of dust on it, so I wanted to clean it off. Ooh, it's also got a little ink on it, so it's good that we're cleaning this off really good. Okay, so for this, I want to stamp that in Highland Heather ink to coordinate. And then we'll add this to our card. Or, yeah, well. So stamp that on. And so I love that this stamp set is not just for holiday purposes. It's for just a general winter card. Okay, so let's bring our card back. And I'm going to add my strips on here. And we'll kind of space these out a little bit. Sort of arrange them like so. And then I want this to go on here, and I want to make sure that there's my rectangles stick out on either side because I think that'll look the best. And I think I will adhere these directly to my card base. So that looks good. I just love this DSP. It's so pretty. And there's so many color combinations you can get from this one pack of DSP just within the different pieces. Some of them are Pool Party, some of them are Balmy Blue, some of them are Misty Moonlight, some of them are Pacific Point. Just a really fun combination of colors that you can get. Okay, we're going to pop this layer up. And just for good measure, we'll stick one in the middle. We would hate for it to like sink in the center. Okay. So I'm going to put that just a little below the middle, so it's like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take the 2 snowflakes that I spritzed, and we're going to add them to my card with glue dots. Okay, so there's one, and then you can really see how shimmery it is now. So that shimmer, if you haven't made a shimmer spritzer, oh, you guys, you're just missing out in life. It just makes everything shiny and happy. And that is a good thing. To quote Miss Martha Stewart, it's a good thing. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to take some of my holiday rhinestones, and I'm going to add these to the center of my snowflake. And then I'm going to kind of casually stick this out of control glue dot back up under there. There, that's better. Like so. Okay, and then I can actually sprinkle a couple more of these on just for fun, like this. There we go. Oh, so pretty. Isn't that just adorable? So I really like how this card turned out. Somebody's asking what card this is. This is number 3. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that fun? And then you could stamp something else on the inside if you want, but I think this is really good. Okay. And by the way, I do have an online class for this, and I've got a few class packets left too if you want. So there you go. I guess I don't have that link in here yet, but I can certainly add it when I'm done. Actually, I don't think I have any links right now because we're on another whole video, but oh well, c'est la vie. Now my next card was another guest request. We're going to work with the Coming Home bundle, and this is just such a cute bundle. And I thought I saw something that I thought would be really cute with this. So what I want to do is take this little tree and this little car, and I'm going to stamp and color these in, and then we're going to add them to a Slimline card and make a coordinating envelope. I get requests for Slimline cards. I have to giggle. They used to be around a lot, and then they kind of went away for a while, and now they seem to be back. And so that kind of makes me giggle because they're not really new, but here we are. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Yeah, my snowflake class was pretty darn good. This was one, this bundle right here, I just kind of ran out of time. I would have liked to do a class on this, but there just is only so much time, and I did a lot of classes out of the holiday catalog. This one just didn't quite make it to the final cut, I guess. Okay, so I've got a little scrap of paper, and like I said, I'm going to stamp the car and the tree and color them in. I'm going to stamp them in basic gray just for fun. And I'll do my tree. And then I'll color these in with blends. And I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to color... I think I'm going to color with the car red and then the tree green. Okay, so we'll start with some Old Olive. And I'm just going to start with some of the darker Old Olive ink, and then I'll blend it out to the lighter. And that just looks so pretty when you blend it out. Okay. And then I'm going to take some light soft suede. Well, actually, changing my mind. I'm going to take not soft with suede, but rather dark gray granite to color in the bottom here. And that's because it's going to match with the Trimming the Town DSP that I'm going to use. Okay, then we're going to use our Real Red blends to color our car in. And I've got the dark that we'll start with. And this is a little bit less about blending and a little bit more about just making a cute car. By the way, I didn't go through my little sheets at the beginning. I will at the end. Game night is next week, and I'm super excited about it because I've got really cute cards planned, and we're going to make a whole bunch of cards. Game night is going to be kind of supersized as my Christmas gift to you, but there are not a ton of spots left. I just so that we could get them all done and out the door and everything. So if you haven't registered for game night, get on it because this one's going to sell out quick. And I did send an email out earlier today with the reminders for it. And then I'll just take a little light pool party to do the windows. Like that. And then I guess we'll color the wheels in with, this is gray granite, dark, and then maybe some light gray granite for the bumpers and the headlights. Not that that's going to make a huge difference, but there we go. Okay, so now that I did all of that, I need to die cut. What stamp sets am I using for game night? I am using, let's see, I'm using the Snow Wonder, and I'll pull them out here in a second. Freezing Fun, because that's another one I wanted to do a class with and just kind of ran out of time. And then we're going to make some birthday cards. And by the way, we're not really making Christmas cards. We're making winter cards, though if you needed Christmas cards, there will be some. And then I also have a last minute Christmas card class coming this month too, which makes me giggle. And my class list for December is going to come out, I believe, tomorrow. Okay. So, there we go. So we've got the cute little red car, and then the tree. So now the tree is going to be on top of the car. Okay. And it's going to be driving down the road. So here is the road. I've cut a piece of DSP. By the way, I don't know exactly what size a Slimline card is. I think it kind of just depends on your envelope. And since we're making our own envelope, it doesn't matter. We can make it whatever size we want. But this is the paper that I'm using from the Trimming the Town DSP, and it is, because I know you're going to ask me, I want to say it's 3 1/4 by 8. Okay, so I'm starting with 3 1/4 by 8, and I'm going to literally cover that car up with my car, and then we're going to pop it up. I guess we could do other things, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay. So we'll just cover this up like so, and then we've got our car driving on here. And then we're going to do an over the river and through the woods kind of situation here with getting the tree, and I'm going to trim this down a little so that I can adhere my tree on top like that. Okay, and there is my tree on the roof of the car. Okay, so that looks so cute. I'm going to adhere this piece to a, let's see, what did I say this was? 3 1/4. So this is 3 1/2 by 8 1/4 inch piece of Misty Moonlight to coordinate. And then it will also fit on a piece of, or a card base that is Pool Party. Now I scored this to make sure that it would fold nicely. And then my card base is going to be, let's see, I think 7 1/2 by 8 1/2. Yep, 7 1/2 by 8 1/2. So there we go. Then I will adhere this to that. All right, now we need a sentiment for this. And I was thinking, ooh, let's see. I have this in my paper pumpkin box because I was working on my paper pumpkin video for Thursday earlier today. So let me clean this off quickly. This sentiment comes from the Best Year stamp set. And we're going to stamp this on the top here in some Misty Moonlight. No, this is kind of like the size of a card, the size of your bills. So no, there's not a problem with that with the postal office. And then I'm just going to stamp this at the top. So warm wishes for a happy Christmas. Okay. So really very simple card. All we did was stamp and color this and pop it up over the one that was already there. So I just cut that section out. Now, let me show you how we're going to make an envelope for this little number. So we're going to start with another piece of the DSP. It is going to be 8 1/2 inches by 10 1/2 inches. You could, I suppose, do this with regular cardstock, but I don't recommend it. And the reason is because DSP is a little bit thinner, and so it's more flexible. Now we need to score this. So on the 8 1/2 inch side, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do that actually over here because it's a little easier to score on this side at 1/2 inch. Okay, so I scored at 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to flip it. So 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to score it at 4 1/2 inches. Okay, then I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/2 inches. and I'm also going to score it at that 1/2 inch. Okay. So there's a 1/2 inch at the bottom as well. Okay. Now what I want to do with this is I need to cut out a few pieces. And honestly, it doesn't 100% matter which pieces you cut out, but so I'm going to snip off this piece right here. And these are just the flaps for my envelope. And I don't think I could have cut those more crooked if I tried. Shoosh. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this corner out. And then just to make this fold a little better, I'm going to notch this slightly. Right there and there. And then also right here, because that just makes everything fold together nice. Okay, then up here, I'm going to cut out this piece. Right here and right here. And then finally, I want to get rid of this piece. Okay. Like so. Now to adhere this, it's really easy. But we're going to do a couple little finishing touches to this. I'm also going to notch this slightly. Again, it just helps it fold together really nicely. I'm going to take this flap. This is kind of like the flap that we'll close our envelope with. So it's like a top loading envelope. And I'm going to punch it with my corner rounder. This is the trio punch. So that just gives me a nice little corner. Just want to make sure that's in here. It's hard to do when your camera is in the way. But there we go. We've got our nice little corner rounder. And then I'm going to fold this. Give this a good burnish. And then I'm also going to take this flap. So here's the piece we corner rounded. The one we did not corner round, that's a little lower. I'm going to take and notch out a little hunk. And this is so that we can pull our card out easier. Okay. So now all we need to do is add some tear and tape. I've got a fresh roll of tear and tape. And I just need my 2 pieces on here. So we'll adhere like that and like that. Okay, and do you see when you notch those corners, they just lie so nice in there. It's lovely. Okay. So I'm going to take my take your pick tool, and that helps me pull up the adhesive. And there we go. And then I'm just going to fold this down to form my envelope like so. Okay. And then my card will fit oh so nicely inside. And now it's sticking on my flap, of course. There we go. And we can fold this over and adhere it. So there is a really cute envelope for my Slimline card. So there we go. All right, so I'll show you all the projects I made once again, and then I will also tell you about what's going on this week, how to get involved and enjoy. Okay, so first of all, we did this cute little Slimline card with the matching envelope. The dimensions to this, by the way, are 10.5 by 8.5. On the 10-inch 10.5 inch side, you're going to score at 10, or 1.5 and 10. On the 8.5 inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch and 4.5 inches. And then you can see I cut that out, and then, you know, I cut out a few of these little pieces. Okay, so there's that. I did this on my old butterfly paper. All right. Next up, we made this beautiful shimmery snowflake card. So cute. A gorgeous, also shimmery watercolor, but not in the pines card. And then a fun, lined it up a couple ways, Merry Christmas curvy verses card, or curvy Christmas card. So let me tell you about what's going on coming up. So as mentioned, the Curvy Celebrations online class is coming out. I sent an email earlier today saying that it would just be a little late, and that because I did not get my order of cardstock. I'm hoping it actually came while I was on air with you today. The shipment got rerouted with UPS, so it was supposed to be here last week before I left for Thanksgiving, and it did not come. So that means I'm just a couple days late on that. Also, along with this, I have a Gnome for the Holidays Creativity to Go kit, and these cards are just ridiculously cute. I cannot lie. They're going to be so much fun to do, and that also will come out on Wednesday. I've got, or Stampin' Up! Has the Curvy Celebrations promotion where you can get the bundle. This bundle will feature, or will be featured in our upcoming catalog that starts in January. But these two items, the Christmas set and the DSP, are exclusive just during the promotion, which is November and December. So if you want to get those, you can. My class will feature all of them, so it'll feature all of this stuff, and is a really great class. And then if you get both of these classes, the Curvy Celebrations class and the Gnome for the Holidays class, they are discounted. You save $5 if you get both of them. My Stampin' Game Night workshop is the second Tuesday of the month, which is December 8th. And we are going to have a lot of fun. If you would like to register, drop me an email at drico@yahoo.com. The registration email was sent out today, and I'll send one out, like a last chance email in a couple days if there's still spots available. They were starting to fill up pretty quick today, so if you're interested in getting in on that. Oh, did you want to know what the prizes are this time? Because they're kind of awesome. So the first prize is a Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. Another prize is my Pretty Perennials bundle. So the stamp set and dies. What? That's right. This is one of the prizes. Another prize is a $100 gift certificate that you can use on whatever classes, products from my store, whatever you want. And you can use that on things that come in January. So that's totally fine. If you want to hold on to it, you can. Also, the November Facebook class, our third and final class, is actually going to be tomorrow, December 1st. But it's a good class, and I will get the dimensions posted in our Facebook group. If you're not part of Facebook class, you can get in on the action. It's a lot of fun. We make amazing cards. I teach you how to stamp faster, smarter, better, all the good things. How to use color, how to use DSP in your projects, all good things. I also have my tag buffet stamp camp went out last week, and I have 5 left. I got just a few extras. So if you did not get in on this, I can have this on its way to you right away. The projects were amazing. We had, well, I had a really good time making them. There are boxes, bags, gift tags, and a whole bunch of cards. So all kinds of fun stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. So I'll put the links to all of that stuff in this second video. It was in the first one, but now, of course, you know what happened. So anyway, we'll fix that for you. And then, there anything else I needed to tell you? Oh, one more thing. Today is actually the last day to get a free card kit from me. So this is my card kit. It's going to feature some upcoming stuff, but I will send you all of the goodies to make these cards. Basically, the only thing you need is adhesive and sentiments to put in these cards, but you'll get a card kit to make these 6 cards for free if you spend $75 in my online store, and I'll get the link back in this description of this video. And that special is good through today. So today is the last day for that. So if you spend $75 in my Stampin' Up! Store, you can get this card kit for free. It will ship December 15th. And if you took advantage of my special a couple weeks ago for the jumbo bow maker, those bow makers, we started sending a couple out last week, and then the rest will go out this week. And so lots of good stuff is heading out. And if you missed the Jumbo Bow Maker special, I will be offering it again. It was really popular. My husband has been 3D printing up a storm. So anyway, all of that stuff will be headed out shortly. So enjoy. And like I said, if you'd like to get any of those links, I'll put all of that here in just a second. Have a great day, a great week, and I will see you guys soon. Oh, and I will be live on Wednesday once again to show you the new catalog haul, because I'll unbox my box because I'm getting my pre-order. Yeah. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.